cows, goats, horses, mini horses, chickens, ducks, turkeys, pigs. We have exotic birds, tortoises. We cover the gamut of pretty much anything.
It's been said that until you've loved an animal, a part of your soul remains unawakened. Their unconditional affection makes everyday life a little brighter, while also comforting us in moments of chaos. And there are few people who understand that bond quite like Jamie Wallace-Griner.
Look at those chin scratches. Oh.
When people ask you what you do, how do you explain it?
That is a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that before. Typically, it's the crazy animal lady. That's the short version. I think what I try to say is I don't actually do much. I'm just really good at paying attention. And the animals do all the work. I just tell their story because they don't have words. But that's really all I'm doing, is I'm being kind to the animals. I'm bringing animals into my family that need me. And then I'm being kind to the people that need them. And by doing that, something really magical happens sometimes.
This magical oasis is called Safe in Austin, a 10-acre ranch in Leander that's not only Jamie's home, but a sanctuary for animals given a new lease on life.
That's Peter, he's my BFF. He's my first ever pig rescue. Some of these guys have been through some stuff, like my one-eyed, three-legged goat Evie over there. She's a bit sassy. Pebbo here was found in a drug house and seized by animal control. The pulling out of feathers was a stress-induced thing that he did before he got here.
The menagerie of mistreated creatures that call Safe in Austin home all have backgrounds of abuse, neglect, or special needs. And many were left on death's door.
It's Laverne, Flower, Emmy, Hercules.
That is until Jamie opened up her arms and her land to these special animals. But our four-legged friends aren't the only ones being healed here. Safe in Austin isn't just about rescuing the animals that need us the most. It's also about rescuing the children who need them even more.
So on Saturday mornings, we can have anywhere between 30 to 50 kids.
Wow.
Coming to help run the rescue. It's the one morning, we have special needs children and adults here every single day of the week, but on Saturdays, it's a massive amount because of school and all of that. Every Saturday morning, Lissa gets up around 5 a.m. and starts working on notebooks and clipboards. She usually starts with things that she knows that they can accomplish with confidence, and then there's always some fun stuff in there, and then there's also always some stuff that sort of pushes their comfort zone a little bit so that they can grow and learn some new skills while they're here. The entire rescue, all 200 plus animals, are cared for by just these kids.
That's incredible.
On Saturday morning, yeah.
This is Dennis. He is very large but very cute.
He is very cute, you're right. The range of stories that you'll meet today are vast. Everything from basic autism and anxiety to the most extreme trauma that you can imagine, to rare genetic disorders that could take their lives at any moment, to fetal alcohol syndrome. We got 5-year-olds that can probably run this whole rescue at this point that were born with fetal alcohol syndrome. We have kids in wheelchairs, kids nonverbal. You'll see. I'm excited for you to meet them, but it's
Me too.
it's absolute magic. That's what we call Saturdays. It's beautiful chaos. I'm gonna get it.
Beautiful chaos is the best way I can describe what it's like to watch Safe in Austin come alive. Animals with missing limbs, neurological disorders, and other health issues are wrangled, washed, and walked by people with their own struggles. This judgment-free zone has become a safe haven for anyone who's ever felt different.
Oh, he is sore.
And it all started when an angel came into Jamie's life.
Where you going, bud? You look so good. So Safe in Austin started accidentally, but I have 3 biological kids, and one of which has autism. And 10 years ago, I brought home a dog appropriately named Angel to be his autism service dog, and she changed my son's life. I say healed parts of his heart that even I couldn't get to as his mother, and just instantly inspired the concept of what animals can do for us. He used to have sort of a classic autism, physical harming sort of breakdown and overwhelm moments, and she prevented them from happening. She was trained to, when they started, push him onto the ground and lay on top of him. But within 6 weeks of her in his life, he had stopped completely having self-harming, overwhelming issues at all. And one of the things that Angel helped us point out in the beginning, and it's a big aspect of Safe in Austin, is to be proud of what makes you different. What makes you different makes you extraordinary. And so we've never shied away from that fact that he had autism. We used to talk about autism gave him some superpowers, and it also had its kryptonite. There are always going to be some good and some bad. And so being proud of it not being who you are, but a part of who you are, really sort of takes the pressure off of like just living with it in general and finding hope in the next day or the next moment. You got it, girl?
You can feel the unconditional love and the freedom at Safe in Austin.
Bailey's brakes are off. Your brakes are off.
As parents help kids in wheelchairs lead two-legged goats for walks, while pigs pine for attention. The bonds made here between animal and children are what Safe in Austin is all about, and it leads to some miraculous changes in every one of them.
Dean, can you practice saying hi?
Hi.
What's your name? Dean is your name.
Dean has autism and ADHD. He is speech challenged, my way of saying nonverbal, because he still just has, let me see, about 3 dozen words he uses regularly. But coming here has helped. He wants to meet people, he wants to try new things. I have also grown as his mama and just as a person by coming and helping out here.
I know, he's so excited to see you.
I ended up like coming and never leaving. I was supposed to come for 2 weeks, and that was 3.5 years ago. So that's kind of how I got here. How are you doing? I think watching the kids change and the animals change is a lot of the magic. You just have moments where you have kids that came in not being able to speak words or with zero empathy whatsoever, like showing empathy and being a leader and teaching other kids how to be empathetic. So it's just exciting to like watch everybody and how they can change, and then watching how that like translates into their life outside of the gates.
What are you emulating?
U.S. anthem.
What do you know a lot about?
History.
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 Yeah, Dom knows all about history. And ships.
I'll restart the song so you can hear it.
Oh. Dom, tell me what your superpower is one more time.
Autism. This is like endless repeating, but this is fun.
What is your superpower, the super experience that you have that's made you so good at this?
I'm not really sure. I just remember from as early as I can remember that I was the elementary school kid that wanted to be paired up with the special needs child that came into the room, and I was just, for some reason, born with an extremely empathetic heart. I didn't have any clue about rare genetic disorders and babies dying of things and fetal alcohol syndrome, and the amount of trauma that some of the children that have come to me have survived. It's just like unfathomable. It's a lot to bear, but also what a gift that these people are trusting me with their emotions and, you know, needs. And I mean, that's an honor.
Obviously a lot of people don't know the experience of being a parent of a special needs child. And I was struck, I'm like kind of getting a lump in my throat right now, but it was, you see these kids out here like empowered. You talked a lot about the sense of empowerment that they go from being cared for to caring for others. Mm-hmm. What is that like for you, What do you get out of it now?
It's addicting. That's what I like to say. The comedic answer is that like 50% of my life is poop and 40% of it's begging for money, and I am not good at either one of those things. And then, you know, there's 10% of just the basic everyday chores, but 2% of it is magic. 2% of it is a connection and a change and something happening in somebody's heart that I think most people don't ever get to see in their whole lives. And that 2% is so addicting, and I want to experience it and share it and tell people how they can also experience it and provide it like as much as possible.
There's a place nestled in the rolling hills in Leander where people rescue animals and animals rescue people. A simple ranch where Jamie has a simple mission to make everyone feel like a superhero.
How is Tina feeling right now?
Hungry, really hungry.
Here, health issues and past trauma are met with unconditional love, genuine connection, creating an environment that's saving lives and healing hearts.
Crying might be my superpower, actually. I do it a lot. And almost everybody that meets me and does the tour hears all the stories. Definitely when they see with the kids and the animals together, everybody leaves here saying stuff like that, saying this is just not at all what they expected, and you know, they can't go back to how they were before, and good, that's why we're here, you know. Take something with you. I always say, soak up all of the hope and kindness that you possibly can while you're inside my gates, and take it with you outside where there's not as much. Come back for more when you need it.